All right, fantastic. So let's talk a little bit about the work that's been put in the Steam version, because I think a lot of people have been confused as to like what we've actually had to do to be able to support multiplayer on Steam. And it's not just like one thing we've had to work on, it's many things. So like, could you give me a roundup of the things that we've had to do between now and when we started working on being able to run the game on Steam?
Yeah, so first of all, to set the scene a little bit here, we had a multiplayer solution, but it's been growing and kind of not being prioritized enough throughout the whole development. And it kind of consists of many different parts on top of each other. And we also had a kind of hacky way to work around a feature called sessions. We never actually had sessions. And to get proper multiplayer working, especially crossplay, but also even just proper multiplayer working, we want sessions, like that's necessary. So we need to start rebuilding stuff to actually use sessions, and that means even part of the GUI need to be reworked to handle kind of like a delay of querying and like receiving data that is inherent to multiplayer. If you work around the stuff and you do hacker solutions, maybe you have that buffer and you can do stuff instantly. But as soon as you start processing, like querying more stuff from a server, you need to build in more delays in like GUI stuff to handle delays. It's short. It's like the ping kind of delay, but it's still a delay. It's not the same frame, and just doing that is a lot of work. Then like we have been merging all those kind of systems I mentioned into one system to make it much more manageable for the future, or like continuing development. And this will help a lot with dedicated servers as well. Like you mentioned before, that there's not been a lot of progress on dedicated servers, but I actually would claim that there has been a lot of progress on that front, just indirectly from making this session system change, because sessions is what the dedicated servers needs, and a way to identify a session through an ID instead of like just finding a friend, because the dedicated server will not be on your friend list. You will have to have other ways of joining a session that is not your friend list, and that we didn't have before.
Cool. So we've essentially been working on dedicated service instead of working on the Steam release. Got it.
Is that how it came across?
No, just kidding.